Hello everybody, welcome to That's Football. We said this week was going to be massive in the transfer window. Manchester United are doing business, but we're here to talk about Raphinha. He's not going to Arsenal, he's going to Chelsea. I mean, unless VAR comes to Arsenal's rescue, this is a late winner from Chelsea, and they've done it in the past. They've done it before. They did it to Spurs with Willian all those years ago, and they've gone and done it to Arsenal. And look, I'm not an Arsenal fan, far from it, but I actually feel a little bit gutted for them because they've been doing really well in the transfer market, and they were almost there with this last week. I just think, if I'm being harsh on Arsenal, they didn't see it coming. We've mentioned it over the last week. Richarlison, Raphinha, Jesus. These three players are all Sterling. They're all sort of being linked with the same London clubs. And there was always the potential for this to happen. But have you got to give Chelsea credit? I think Chelsea fans are very excited. I will say one thing about it. The bid is around 60 million quid. We know that Arsenal didn't match that bid and wanted to get him a little bit cheaper. I suspect Arsenal fans will be angry. The reason you didn't get him was because of the fee and the fact that Chelsea can offer Champions League football and you can't. So the minute Chelsea decided to go for this and they went hard, you were probably going to lose the battle. But last week, Barcelona were out the race. You were in the race. I think last week, if you'd have just gone in with 55 million, you'd have got him. And ultimately, sometimes you play the long game, you get a good deal. He was definitely willing to go to Arsenal. Sometimes you play the long game and someone else pops in. And I think Chelsea wanted Dembele, realised that probably wasn't going to go their way, and they've acted to go and get somebody. Because they wanted Dembele and Sterling. So obviously I think they'll go for Raphinha and Sterling now. Maybe the Sterling deal could still fall through, but I still think they want both of those players. But yeah, I mean, Ornstein and Romano have both been talking about this in the last sort of few minutes. I've got to say I was shocked. I'd not heard anything about Raphinha for a couple of days, other than that Arsenal was still in for him and still very much the favourites to get him. And yeah, it's a hammer blow for Arsenal, but it's the same as what it's, this is where Arsenal, Man United and Spurs are. Chelsea, Liverpool and Man City, the three best clubs in England. And if they go for a player that you want, it's going to be difficult. Do I think Raphinha suits Chelsea? I will be fair. I think he was perfect for Arsenal. I think that sort of level, trying to get in the top four, adjusting to a big club, which Arsenal are from Leeds, I thought it was the right move for him. But he wanted Barcelona and Barcelona couldn't do it. And then when Chelsea came in, he thinks he's better than that. He thinks he should be playing in the Champions League. I don't know. I mean, I've got good vibes about Sterling to Chelsea. I don't know about Raphinha. I just don't know. He's a good player at Leeds. I don't know what he's going to do at a big club, and that's why I felt he suited Arsenal better. But you can't knock the lad for him doing it, and you can't knock Chelsea for just swooping in and winning it late on. It's a massive, massive move. It shocked a lot of people. Not a lot of people expected that to happen. Chelsea fans rejoicing, Arsenal fans massively disappointed. Sure, they'll be looking for people to blame. I'm sure they'll be looking at the club. And in hindsight, we're all geniuses. Yes, they could have got that deal done if they'd have been a little bit more assertive and aggressive, but Arsenal may well be operating to a transfer budget where they're trying to get a number of deals done. The reaction from Arsenal will be interesting. I mean, look, we know they want Lisandro Martinez from Ajax. Does that make them go harder on that deal so they don't miss out on another deal? They had a good start to the transfer window with Vieira and Jesus. They've now missed out on Raphinha, which looked like it was basically done. And they don't want to go and miss out on Lisandro Martinez. They can actually make things difficult for United now, because I'll tell you what, Raphinha, Anthony, Ajax, I think you'll struggle to get Anthony out of Ajax because of his relationship with Ten Hag and the fact that Man United want him. But they may fancy a little dabble on that now, because there's not a lot of those sort of players around. I don't know where Arsenal go next, because they were clearly looking for that sort of profile of a player. But having said that, I don't think Arsenal wanted to pay 60 million, and Chelsea were happy to do that. And I did say this, I said this a couple of weeks ago, and I said it at the start of this week. Chelsea have done nothing in this market yet. They will make splashes. Well, they've made a big splash. They've jumped right in at the deep end and they've splashed everybody. And I think they'll do it again. I think with Chelsea, still feel Declan Rice is what they're going to do. Still really feel that. I might be completely off, but I still think Declan Rice, from what I'm hearing, they're going to do it. And you look at what West Ham are doing, and looking at Dan Juma and looking at Ward-Prowse, and you think, where are they getting the money from for this? I don't know. But De Ligt probably as well. But look, what a deal. What a surprising deal as well. And fair play to Chelsea for doing it. And as I said, where Arsenal go from that, I don't know. This is why you can never be 100% on a deal. I mean, we've seen a few days ago, Fabrizio Romano saying that Malacia, the left back of Feyenoord, was a done deal. He put the tweet out about Lyon. And then he's ended up at Manchester United. And I think that is why you either rely on tap-ins or you get people who know stuff and then it changes. And look, David Ornstein was talking about Raphinha over the weekend to Arsenal. Romano was talking about it. I was told last Tuesday, or was it Wednesday, I can't remember when I tweeted it or said it, that Arsenal were almost there with Raphinha. Well, they were almost there. There's no. I don't feel any guilt. I'm not an Arsenal fan. I know what I was told. I know what was told about Sterling a few weeks ago. I know what was told about Nunez 3 weeks before he joined Liverpool. Arsenal were almost there. It doesn't help Arsenal fans. It means nothing because almost there ain't there. But they were close. They were in the race. They were winning the race. And you just cannot ever account for this. And I look at my situation as a United fan and we will get De Jong, I firmly believe it. But if a Man City or a Chelsea just suddenly woke up and said, you know what, we want De Jong, we'd get blown out of the water as well. I feel for Arsenal fans, don't feel for all of them, but I feel for the genuine nice Arsenal fans because I think that, I know what it's like. You pump yourself up, you get really excited. You know your club's, you pass the first barrier that your clubs wants them. You pass the second barrier that, you're getting close. And then at the final hurdle you fall and somebody just runs past. And that's Chelsea. And they've done it time and time again. They're ruthlessly efficient in the transfer window. And it's weird because they've moved people on. They've changed their owner. And yet again, they've still got that strength to come in and swoop in and do a deal. And, it doesn't mean Raphinha is going to be a success at Chelsea. He may flop. But, as I say, it's just a massive, massive surprise. And it's a big, big transfer window. And it's going to be a big, big week. So make sure you smash a like on the video and subscribe. Get your comments in below. Arsenal beaten in the final minute by Chelsea. Look, maybe there's a VAR. I don't think so. I think Arsenal fans will accept it's over. And they've got to move on. I think it might help you with Lissandro Martinez. I think you'll go in hard on that deal now. But where you'll go for your Raphinha replacement, I don't know at this time. I still think Gnabry's a good player, but I don't know whether Gnabry would come back to Arsenal. I don't know whether they're looking at that sort of player, but it'd be very expensive as well, and he probably want Champions League football. Who knows? I'm sure we'll hear in the next few days, but it'll probably take Arsenal a bit of time to, having spent so much time on Raphinha, it's really disappointing not to get them. So they'll probably have to lick the wounds a little bit and see where they go from there. Anyway, get your comments in below. I'll speak to you on the next one.